Asian markets plunged on Monday, deepening a global stocks rout triggered by U.S. President Donald Trump's trade war and China's forceful response to unexpectedly high tariffs. Japan's benchmark Nikkei fell by more than 8% shortly after opening, while the broader Topix index last traded more than 6.5% lower after recovering from its steepest losses. Business markets. Dow, 38,314.86, up by 5.5%, S&P 500, 5,074.08, up by 5.97%, NASDAQ, 15,587.79, up by 5.82%. Fear and Greed Index, 4. Asian markets plunge as Trump's global tariff turmoil deepens. By Juliana Liu and John Liu, CNN. 4-minute read, updated 11:31 p.m. EDT, Sunday, April 6, 2025. Asian markets plunged on Monday, deepening a global stocks rout triggered by U.S. President Donald Trump's trade war and China's forceful response to unexpectedly high tariffs. In mainland China, where markets reopened after a public holiday, the Shanghai Composite Index was last trading 6.7% lower. The blue-chip CSI 300 Index lost 7.5%. In Hong Kong, the benchmark Hang Seng Index opened more than 9% lower. South Korea's Kospi tumbled more than 4.8% shortly after opening. Trading was halted for 5 minutes when a circuit breaker designed to prevent panic selling was triggered. Asian markets are tracking the worst two-day stretch for Wall Street stocks in 5 years. U.S. stock futures plunged Sunday evening after 2 sessions of sell-offs that wiped away over $5.4 trillion in market value. U.S. stocks fell sharply on Friday after China retaliated fiercely, imposing a 34% tariff on all U.S. goods, raising fears of an escalating and damaging trade war, fueled by continuing trade tension between the world's 2 largest economies. A commentary published Monday by the People's Daily, the ruling Chinese Communist Party's official mouthpiece, stressed that the country has a strong capacity to withstand the pressure in the face of U.S. tariff bullying. Faced with America's reckless tariff punches, we know exactly what we're dealing with, and we have plenty of countermeasures at hand, it said. After 8 years of trade war with the U.S., we've built up a wealth of experience in this struggle. Global investors were spooked by President Trump's massive tariff regime, some of which went into effect on Saturday morning, and even larger tariffs are set to launch on Wednesday. On Sunday evening, Trump told reporters aboard Air Force One that he didn't intentionally crash markets but declined to predict how stocks would trade in the future, which added to investors' concerns. What's going to happen with the market? I can't tell you. But I can tell you our country has gotten a lot stronger, and eventually it'll be a country like no other. The president, who has long fashioned himself a deal-maker, laid out what it would take to get to a deal with China on tariffs. Last year, the U.S. imported $438.9 billion worth of goods from China, and exported $143.5 billion to the country, according to the Office of the United States Trade Representative. The president also said he wants to solve the deficit with the European Union, and if they're open to that, he's open to discussion. Trump said he had fielded calls on tariffs from technology executives and world leaders over the weekend. Eliminate tariffs on both sides and actively resolve its non-tariff trade barriers. He added that Taiwan will purchase more U.S. products to lower the trade deficit, and the island's defense ministry has put forward a military procurement list. We want to make it clear to the U.S. just how much Taiwan contributes to the U.S. economy, Lai said.